Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I'm Andrea Williams, the Partnerships Manager at the Office of Community and Civic Life at the City of Portland. I'll be the moderator of today's event, and I'm going to get us started with just a few logistics. First, thank you to those watching our live stream event on YouTube. We are offering the program in Spanish and providing part captioning and ASL interpretation. Thank you so much to our interpreters. We also have members of the media joining us today. The media and our speakers receive a Zoom line so they can participate in the question and answer segment at the end of this program. If you're a member of the media, thank you so much for being here. Just a quick heads up that we have disabled the chat, and if you haven't already done so, please identify yourself in your Zoom screen so that our Public Information Officer, Daniel McArdle-Jaimes, can call on you when we're ready for questions and answers. Should you have questions, please email those directly to Daniel so we can get you queued up for the Q&A. And you can find Daniel's contact information in the media advisory where we provided instructions on how to participate in this call. The Office of Community and Civic Life and our partners at the Oregon Worker Relief Fund, including the ACLU of Oregon, CAUSA, Innovation Law Lab, Latino Network, the Oregon Food Bank, and Cocoon are hosting this press event on International Migrants Day. We're doing this to raise awareness about the Oregon Worker Relief Fund and the contributions of immigrants to our state. We have a really amazing lineup of speakers today. So with that said, I'd like to invite our first speaker, Ramon Valdez, to kick us off. He is the Director of Strategic Initiatives at Innovation Law Lab and is also an executive committee member of the Oregon Worker Relief Fund. Ramon, I'm passing it to you.
Thank you so much, and good morning to everyone for being here today. It's an important day because for decades, our migrant communities in Oregon have been caught in a cruel paradox. Oregon benefits greatly from the hard work and diligent labor of migrant community members. 1 in 8 workers in the state of Oregon is an immigrant. From agriculture to our restaurants and so many other essential industries, we depend on Oregon's migrant communities to thrive. Migrant community members also bring with them diverse cultures, languages, amazing food, music, art, and ideas from all around the world that we all get to love and enjoy. Our communities in Oregon are strong because they're diverse. However, despite all of these incredibly important contributions to our collective prosperity, our existing systems and programs deliberately exclude thousands of immigrant families in Oregon from accessing vital services on the basis of their immigration status. Undocumented Oregonians are left out of unemployment insurance and many other critical safety net programs. This arbitrary exclusion from public resources pushes an already marginalized community even further into the margins. While all of our communities have been hurt and destabilized by this pandemic, data is showing us that irrefutably, our immigrant communities in Oregon have been hit disproportionately hard. To make matters worse, when the CARES Act was signed into law, undocumented Oregonians received no assistance from the federal government, regardless of how much they've paid in federal taxes over the years and over the decades. Is that fair? And then when wildfires ravaged our communities this year, many migrant families were afraid of evacuating out of fear that they wouldn't be eligible for help at a shelter, or even worse, that they'd risk immigration arrest if they were to ask for help. Just imagine a fire coming towards you and your family and being more afraid of asking for help in your own community than the flames approaching. In Oregon, we believe that every life is equally important, no matter a person's culture, language, color, creed, or immigration status. We believe that when it comes to COVID-19 and the havoc it's brought with it, we're all in this together. And that's why early in the pandemic, over 100 community-based organizations and partners came together to launch the Oregon Worker Relief Fund. The Oregon Worker Relief Fund is a statewide program that provides emergency financial relief to Oregon families who are excluded from safety net programs due to their immigration status. To date, the Oregon Worker Relief Fund has dispersed over $27 million in relief to over 13,800 Oregon households who are facing unprecedented food and housing insecurity due to this exclusion from other programs. The Oregon Worker Relief Fund represents an important step in fighting for programs that recognize the life and dignity of all Oregonians. Even with this important achievement though, this is the beginning of a long battle that's still ahead. Families are still struggling and need help. So far, the Oregon Worker Relief Fund has only been able to support a small percentage of Oregon's total undocumented communities. And that's why we're committed to continue to fight for the continuation of this program and for permanent solutions to this type of inequality. On this International Migrants Day, we've come together to thank our migrant communities for their hard work and to express our gratitude for all that they do in our communities. And I also wanted to take this opportunity to thank the bold leadership of so many of our elected officials across the state, many of whom are here with us today and will be speaking in a moment, for supporting this important movement. This would not have been possible without that incredible, even bipartisan support from local and state representatives. I also want to thank the program's donors. The Oregon Worker Relief Fund has received thousands of donations from every corner of the state. The program is made possible thanks to forward-thinking support and trust from private philanthropic foundations across Oregon. Thank you to all of our donors for making this program possible. And finally, I also want to thank the program's community navigators. Without their unbelievably hard work during this incredibly difficult year, this program would not have been the success that it is. Your hard work as a community navigator has made this program possible and has made it a model for communities across the country. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ramon, for your powerful words. Our next speaker I'd like to invite is Oregon Representative Andrea Salinas, who has also been a champion of the Oregon Worker Relief Fund at the state level. Representative Salinas, to you.
I'll never learn. Good morning. Thank you. Buenos dias. My name is Andrea Salinas, and I'm the state representative for House District 38, Lake Oswego in Southwest Portland. I just want to share a story. On a rainy day this last February, I got a call from the Oregon Health Authority Director, Pat Allen, that the novel coronavirus that we had been hearing about from our neighbors to the north had just made its way to Oregon with the first detected infection. The infected person worked as a janitor in the Lake Oswego School District, but lived in Hillsborough. I knew immediately that it was a member of the Latinx community. I received phone calls the following morning that the infected man was in quarantine at Kaiser Hospital. Then, when COVID-19 was declared a global pandemic a few weeks later, and the governor declared a state of emergency with strict health and safety guidelines, I feared for our Latinx workers. The fear came from the knowledge that many in our community are frontline workers. They work to keep buildings like schools and hospitals clean and safe with janitorial work. They work to make sure all Oregonians have access to fresh food with agricultural work. And many work in restaurants, an industry that was forced to essentially shut down due to the spread of the coronavirus. Then we saw what the pandemic did to our Latinx communities. Even though we only make up about 13% of Oregon's population, we're making up nearly 38% of the COVID cases. This means that our compadres were and still are getting sick at rates outpacing their non-Latino counterparts. And to make matters worse, their employers do not have safety nets for them. They don't have access to sick days or paid time off so they can quarantine and not worry about paying the rent or putting food on the table. Our community members are also more likely to live in multi-generational homes. So even if someone does get sick, they're not able to isolate from the rest of the family. Many also don't have access to unemployment insurance because of their documentation status. So even if they feel ill or have COVID symptoms, they likely won't tell their employer for fear of retaliation and possible job loss. This is wrong on so many levels. As Ramon stated, 1 in 8 workers in Oregon is an immigrant, making up an essential share of the state's labor force across industries. And like other Oregonians, our immigrant workers pay income taxes, payroll taxes, and property taxes. They contribute to our economy But more than that, they contribute to our communities. They are more than just our coworkers. They are our relatives, friends, neighbors, vendors, and customers. And they are Oregonians. It became apparent to me very quickly that we needed to do something to help our fellow Oregonians during this extraordinarily difficult time. I could not, in good conscience, let our hardworking, undocumented families continue to suffer the symptoms of this pandemic without creating a lifeline for them. So it was with immense gratitude that I was approached by my dear friends at Causa, Pecun, and Latino Network with this innovative idea to help our undocumented workers. The three groups, in addition to the Innovation Law Lab, MRG, and over 100 community partners, have come together to create the Oregon Worker Relief Fund to help immigrant Oregonians make ends meet during this crisis. This rapid response to provide temporary financial support for Oregonians who have been excluded from the safety net programs that other workers can count on during this pandemic has been that lifeline. This is financial help that goes directly to housing and feeding families, many with children who are now required to learn from home and must pay for internet service. It helps them to have the confidence to seek medical care, which can mean the difference between life and death during a pandemic. This is literally a life-saving program for some of our hardest working, yet most vulnerable Oregonians. So with bipartisan support, the Oregon Legislature and City of Portland have allocated more than $50 million to the Oregon Worker Relief Fund and the Oregon Quarantine Fund. And I am a proud champion and here today to support this funding. However, based on estimates by the Oregon Center for Public Policy, the need is much greater, about 124 million, more than double the amount that's been appropriated. So we must do more. We must do more to show our immigrant Oregonians that we care. And as fellow human beings, we are all in this together. Their survival is our survival. We must model our best behavior for our children and their immigrant family classmates to show that their success is our success. We cannot, at the most charitable time of year, turn our backs on those who need a helping hand just to get them through the next few months. So I urge my fellow Oregonians, fellow legislators, lawmakers, community members, to embrace one another in that big virtual hug by supporting the Oregon Worker Relief Fund and the Quarantine Fund. Gracias. Feliz Navidad y prospero año nuevo.
Thank you so much, Representative Salinas, for your powerful words and for your leadership. Our next speaker is Portland City Commissioner Chloe Udaly, who has been a champion at the city level for the Oregon Worker Relief Fund. Commissioner Udaly, you're next.
Good morning. Sorry, my first time I've spoken today. My voice is a little raspy. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for inviting me to speak today. It's an honor to participate in this event in support of the Oregon Worker Relief Fund. And it's been an honor to work with and serve Portland's immigrant and refugee community as a Portland City Commissioner. We have learned a lot of hard truths this year. With our systemic failures on full display, we have seen how unsustainable a society is where half of us live at or near the poverty line, experiencing daily food and housing insecurity. Millions of us remain uninsured, and BIPOC communities experience disparate impacts and diminished outcomes, COVID being no exception. I hope the fact that many of our most essential workers, including those that we are here to talk about and support today, are the people who have been risking their health and safety and that of their families to keep us fed, to keep our economy going. They're among some of the lowest paid workers in our country, and they're among those who have yet to receive adequate relief and support during this crisis. When the shutdown began, I made a list of my top concerns. After flattening the curve and keeping people housed, relief for workers who would not qualify for federal assistance, whether due to the nature of their work or immigration status. I want to thank Senator Wyden for his swift action to expand unemployment insurance to gig workers and the self-employed, but that still left undocumented workers with no relief because they cannot receive federal unemployment insurance. Oregon employs nearly 75,000 workers who pay taxes and are an essential part of our workforce, economy, and communities, many of whom are restaurant workers, home healthcare providers, farm workers, and construction workers. And these frontline workers are suffering due to the COVID-19 crisis. I just remembered you asked us to talk a little more slowly, Andrea, so I'm going to slow down now. I apologize to the interpreters. Yet they remain ineligible for relief from the system they pay into. In Portland alone, nearly 22,000 residents are ineligible for unemployment insurance. Immigrant serving organizations across the country and here at home have reported an increase in unmet basic needs, including food, housing, and cash assistance. The Oregon Worker Relief Fund stepped in at the onset of this crisis to fill the gap for Portlanders and Oregonians who are particularly vulnerable. And I want to thank you for everything you've done. This work is laudable. It's changed lives. It has undoubtedly saved lives, and it embodies the best of our community. I was proud to champion the Oregon Worker Relief Fund first at the city level and to support community advocates' lobbying efforts at the state level. In total, the city has now given $2 million to the fund, and our state advocacy led to an initial $10 million investment that has now been increased to $30 million. This funding, in addition to the generous individual donations and private philanthropy, is incredible, and I'm so grateful to everyone who has contributed, but this crisis isn't over and we still need to do more. So I want to call on my colleagues, all elected officials across the state of Oregon, to continue championing and investing in the Oregon Worker Relief Fund, and to continue applying pressure to our federal government to provide meaningful relief for everyone currently ineligible for unemployment insurance. I stand in solidarity with every Oregonian who has lost their job or income due to COVID-19 and cannot access wage replacement programs. I support assistance for undocumented workers and workers who are paid off the books during this crisis. And I support the community members and organizations who have mobilized to advocate for this vital need. Frontline workers facing housing and food insecurity are the backbone of our economy, and they need and deserve our help. I urge you to stand with me to support my call to write your legislators and to donate to the Oregon Worker Relief Fund. Since I'm running out of opportunities to give credit where credit is due, as I finish up my tenure at City Hall, I just want to take a moment for some thank yous. I want to thank my senior policy advisor, Hannah Holloway, who led this work at the city level. Adriana Miranda, the executive director of Causa. Ricardo Lujan, Valerio at Latino Network, the New Portlanders Policy Commission, the Immigrant and Refugee Community Organization, Innovation Law Labs, Ramon Valdez, Civic Life Director Sukri, and our moderator, Andrea Williams, as well as Civic Life staffers, Pollyann Faith Burge, Daniel McCardle James, and Perla Sitkov. And finally, Open Signal for all your work making this event happen today, and many, many others. It's been a pleasure working with all of you, and I look forward to continuing to support this vital work. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Udaley. It's been a pleasure to work with you, and thank you so much for your leadership. Our next speaker is Colin Fuzidora, a member of the New Portlanders Policy Commission, which is an advisory body made up of 25 community members that work to integrate immigrant and refugee voices to impact the city of Portland's policies and decision-making. The New Portlanders Policy Commission advocated for the city of Portland to invest $2 million in the Oregon Worker Relief Fund. Colin, you are next.
So, okay, here we go. So, thank you. That's good morning in my language. As mentioned, my name is Colin Fuzidora. I'm from the tiny island nation of Tonga. one of the Polynesian islands in the South Pacific. I want to thank everybody for being here, and I want to show my appreciation that I'm part of this conversation. It is a very important conversation. As a member of the new Portlander Policy Commission, as we advocate for all community, it was especially meaningful to me because, I'm the voice for the Pacific Island community to push for such benefit because we are underrepresented. The local government do not know where to find us. So it's important for me to share the voices of our community. I work for Immigrant and Refugee Community Organization, a nonprofit organization here in Portland. And I work specifically with the Pacific Island community, providing culture specific, working with the Chuukit community, Marshallese, Tongan, Palauan, Yak, and so forth. So with the Oregon Worker Relief Funds, this is something that benefit our community. Like for myself as a Tongan, we have a different treaty with some of the other islands, with the Western Samoa, with the Fiji. So we have to have visa to come here. And a lot of us are here and we stayed past our visiting visa. So we started our families here. We are working here. We are part of the pusher of making the economic wheels turn here in Oregon. But when the federal is looking to support members of society, we are not part of those that benefit from it. And that's why it's very important that this fund reach out to our Pacific Island communities because we're here. We've been here and we're not going to go anywhere. So we work in the restaurant industry, the hospitality industry, and we work providing senior caregiver. And because of the pandemic, there's been lots of jobs, lots of wages, and we cannot file unemployment. We have common challenges just like with the other communities and so forth. And that's why it's very important for us to be part of this and be part of as a whole community to share the necessary funds and the necessary support for those that's not being represented, for those that are feared to be in the spotlight. But we deserve to give attention to because we contribute just like everybody that's here. Given the COVID-19, the Pacific Island stats and data, national, statewide, locally, we are up there with high impact our community. And then a lot of it is because, our living situation, there is affordable housing, but affordable housing is 2 and 3 bedroom. But our average family size is not, 3.5. Our average size is 7.5 and above. So we're not eligible to affordable housing. So we have to, navigate around that. And that's why having resources like this will benefit our community. And we want to give our support and we want to thank you for all the agency and representative and organization that has been the heavy lifter of making this happen. I want to thank everybody and Malo Apito of Atu. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kolini, for providing that valuable perspective on the Pacific Islander community, which is a community we don't often think of benefiting from this fund. So thank you so much for explaining that to us. Our next speaker, we are honored to have U.S. Congresswoman Suzanne Bonamici here with us today, and one of our champions at the federal level for immigrants and refugees. Welcome, Congresswoman Suzanne Bonamici.
Thank you so much. Greetings, everyone. I'm Suzanne Bonamici, and I'm honored to represent Northwest Oregon in the U.S. Congress. And I'm glad to be with you today to recognize International Migrants Day and to celebrate the Oregon Worker Relief Fund and all the community partners and advocates who are working so hard every day, round the clock, to serve those in need during these very challenging times. We can all be proud of the strength and resilience of this community. The pandemic has made it even more clear that our health and economic well-being are deeply interconnected. And it has also laid bare long-standing inequities and systemic racism. Immigrant Oregonians are essential contributors to our communities as families, friends, neighbors, classmates, business owners, culture keepers, essential workers, and simply as humans. 1 out of every 10 children has a parent without legal status. They are our future, and they're too important to neglect. As a mom and a policymaker, I know the decisions we make today will have long-term consequences. Immigrants and mixed status families have been left out of federal relief, despite my efforts and those of many of my colleagues. It is a moral outrage to leave anyone behind in a crisis, but especially to leave behind those who are most vulnerable. Throughout the pandemic, I've heard heartbreaking stories about families who are in need, but have been left out of expanded unemployment insurance or economic impact payments. One mother without immigration status was unable to work for months. She was taking care of her son who has cancer. She feared even leaving her house for food assistance. Fortunately, she was connected with a local food group that was able to deliver food boxes directly to her. But families who need help during the pandemic should not be afraid. They should not have to be afraid to seek help because of their immigration status. They should not have to fear getting critical help, especially during a pandemic. And stories like hers have weighed heavily on me. I led several of my Oregon colleagues in calling on congressional leaders, include people in federal relief regardless of immigration status. Now, the House of Representatives has now passed 2 comprehensive bills that would have provided support to states, businesses, and individuals and remedied many of these injustices, but the Senate failed to act. That is unconscionable. The pandemic does not discriminate, and neither should we. Fortunately, the Oregon Worker Relief Fund and state and local leaders stepped up to help fill the gap. I am grateful to all the community organizations and individuals who have worked tirelessly to make this fund a reality and to get relief to those who need it most. And I want to assure you that I continue the fight to include those undocumented members of our community in the relief packages that are being negotiated as we speak. Immigrants without legal status are an important part of our community. This pandemic has shown us not only that our individual health and well-being are intrinsically linked to the health and well-being of others, it's also highlighted how we collectively benefit when we support those who are vulnerable. The Oregon Worker Relief Fund is leading the way toward a brighter future where everyone is safe and everyone is healthy. I'm honored to be your partner in Congress as we no one behind and no one is left out.
Thank you so much, Congresswoman Bonamici. Thank you for being here, and we really appreciate your leadership at the federal level representing us here in Oregon. Our next speaker is Sonia Alonzo, and she is a case worker with the Oregon Worker Relief Fund. Sochi, please, you are next.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much. First of all, I want to say thank you for the invitation and thank you for letting me be here today and for all of you guys for being here too as well. My name is Sonia Alonzo, and I'm one of the coordinators and navigators for the Oregon Worker Relief Fund at Adelante Mujeres, where we have been providing support and resources for our communities. And with that in mind, I want to take this opportunity to share some of the stories that we have experienced when we are doing navigations for this fund and how the navigators deal with many challenges that our migrants workers deal daily. Our applicants are essential workers who most of the times have been working on difficult conditions for long hours and exhaustive physical work. Unfortunately, when the pandemic started, many of those workers lost their jobs and their stabilities, bring many more challenges. Many of our applicants haven't been able to pay their essential utilities, the mortgage, the rents, They have lost their homes and some staying with relatives. Many of them, they don't even have a place to live at. Our clients don't have access to many of them unemployment benefits and other services. Also, they have been losing more than that. They have been losing loved ones locally or really far away. We even have a chance to close that and heal for all this payment, for all this pay. This is where the Oregon Worker Relief comes, bringing on each applications the chance of relief, the chance of believing in a new beginning, and to remind them that as a society, we care. We are in here, we are in all this together. Compassion has been key to succeed on many of those challenges our applicants have been dealing with. That comes from their identifications have been expired expiration dates, or their address, they don't have an address to be with. I just want to say thank you. Thank you to all the people that has been putting this fund together, from the call center, from all the donations, from the navigators, because without them, we wouldn't even be here. As a navigator, we believe that every story must be listened, and we need to have empathy with our clients, which end up being more like family, since they feel safe to share many personal information with us as a way to relieve their hurtful journey during this pandemic. And we are making this happen thanks to all of you guys. But there's still work to do. There's many workers they haven't been able to reach because of the language barrier or other untrust. Sometimes they don't trust all the resources that are out there. And it's really hard sometimes to reach to them and make them really believe that there's people that care. There's still a lot of work to do, but I know that together we can make the difference. And we are doing it right now. And we need to still working together. So thank you so much for all this. And thank you for your hard work, people. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Xochitl, for sharing that with us. You are the heart and soul of this program, and thank you for all of your work to reach out to the individuals and ensure that they receive these funds. So thank you so much for your contributions. Our last two speakers are recipients of the Oregon Worker Relief Fund. Our recipients will actually share their presentation in Spanish. And so we will follow that by English interpretation. So please bear with us with any technical difficulties. So with that, I would like to invite our first Oregon Worker Relief Fund recipient, Laura, to share her story with us. And I believe she's on the phone.
Sí, buenos días. Somos una familia que emigró de México al estado de Oregon hace más de 20 años. Nosotros amamos nuestra comunidad. Debido a la situación difícil del sistema de migración, todavía no hemos podido arreglar nuestro estatus legal. Cuando llegamos a Oregon, éramos una familia de 4 hijos, pero desafortunadamente perdimos a 2 de nuestros hijos. Mi esposo ha seguido trabajando. Siempre hemos trabajado duro a pesar de la pérdida que hemos tenido sobre nuestra vida. Gracias a todo lo que hemos pasado, somos personas fuertes. Nuestra vida ha sido extremadamente difícil bajo la pandemia. No tenemos trabajo, no tenemos entradas de dinero a nuestro hogar y pues estamos sin trabajar y pues no tenemos entradas de dinero. No podemos aplicar a otros programas para recibir ayuda como otros en la comunidad. Nunca me quedo yo con los brazos cruzados. Si pude sobrevivir a la muerte de mis hijos tan difícil, sé que puedo sobrepasar lo que sea. Gracias a Dios hemos recibido ayuda en iglesias donde dan comida y personas que nos han tendido su mano y nos han ayudado. Estoy muy agradecida al alivio laboral por la oportunidad que se me dio de hablar en este foro. Me gustaría que este alivio se mantenga vigente para que muchas otras personas en situaciones como la nuestra, que no tienen estatus legal, apliquen y se les ayude para que sobrevivan a esta pandemia. Quiero decirles que los inmigrantes venimos a trabajar duro a este país. Muchos trabajamos en el campo, restaurantes, en jardinería, construcción. Y este programa es prueba que sí se puede. Muchas gracias a nuestra gobernadora, organizaciones y representantes que nos han ayudado a través de este programa. Con esta ayuda podemos sobrevivir a la pandemia y seguir luchando. Adelante. Gracias.
Muchísimas gracias, Laura, por compartir su historia con nosotros hoy día. Muchísimas gracias por su tiempo. Thank you so much, Laura, for your time and for sharing your story with us. I'd like to invite our Spanish to English interpreter, Philip, if you wouldn't mind interpreting what Laura just shared with us.
Yes, we are a family who immigrated from Mexico to Oregon over 20 years ago. We love our community here. Due to the difficult situation with the immigration system, my husband and I still have not been able to get documented, to get our legal status. When we arrived in the United States, we were a family with 4 children, but unfortunately, we lost 2 of our sons. My husband and I are of advanced age, but we continue working. We've always worked very hard, even despite the losses that we've had in our lives. Thank you for everyone. Thanks to it all, I've become a very strong person. Our life has been extremely difficult during the pandemic. We don't have work. We don't have money coming into the house. We are not able to apply to other programs to receive help like others in our community. But I've never sat with my arms, I've never just sat still. If I was able to survive the death of my sons, something so difficult, then I think I can get through anything. Thankfully, we've received help from churches where we've been given food, and also other people have helped us. We're very appreciative of the Labor Relief Fund and the opportunity to speak at this forum. I would like that this support continue, and that many other people in situations like ours who don't have legal status can receive the help they need to survive this pandemic. Immigrants come here to work very hard. We work very hard in the fields and restaurants, in construction and landscaping. This program is proof that yes, we can. Many thanks to the organizations and representatives and governors who have helped through this program. With this help, we will be able to survive the pandemic and continue our struggle. Thank you.
Is Martha, also a recipient of the Oregon Worker Relief Fund. Martha, it is your turn.
Muy buenos días. Somos una familia de Oaxaca, México. Hemos vivido en Oregon por 22 años. Nosotros somos muy trabajadores en cualquier trabajo. Ahora ha llegado la enfermedad de COVID-19. Nuestra familia ha sido mucho sufrimiento por lo que está pasando en este año. Este año ha sido muy difícil para la familia, especialmente el mes de abril. Fue especialmente difícil para nosotros. Perdí a mi madre el 2 de abril y luego 2 semanas después perdí mi trabajo por un periodo muy largo. Ha sido difícil para nuestros hijos en la forma de cómo están estudiando, pero a la vez, gracias a uno de ellos, sacó muy buena calificación en la high school, obtuvo la calificación A y B. Nosotros no recibimos cupones de alimentos, ni seguros de desempleo, ni otra ayuda que otros en la comunidad pueden obtener. Solo con mi esposo trabajando no es suficiente para cubrir los gastos de nuestra familia. No hemos podido comprar suficiente ropa para mis hijos ni comida para cubrir los costos. Pero gracias a Dios escuché sobre la ayuda del alivio laboral de Oregon y me ha ayudado mucho. Todos somos seres humanos y miembros de la comunidad. Cuando surgen dificultades como esta pandemia, todos merecemos ayuda para poder sobrevivir la familia. Por favor, le pido a todos los grupos que están apoyando este programa, por favor, continúen apoyando este programa porque muchas familias en Oregon necesitan de esta ayuda. Como dice Dios, debemos amarnos uno a los otros sin importar nuestra raza ni diferencia de culturas. Todos somos humanos y merecemos ser apoyados de alivio laboral. Gracias. Dios la bendiga a todos.
Muchas gracias, Marta, por estar aquí con nosotros y por compartir su historia. Muchas gracias. Thank you so much, Martha, for sharing your story and for your time today. Philip, I would like to invite you now to interpret.
We are a family from Oaxaca, Mexico. We've lived in Oregon for 22 years. We are very hardworking. Now, with the arrival of the COVID pandemic, our family has suffered very much because of what is going on. This year has been very difficult. In the month of April was especially difficult for us. I lost my mother on April 12th. And then 2 weeks later, I lost my job for a very long time. We have not received food stamps and unemployment insurance and other forms of help that community members can obtain. With just my husband working, it is not sufficient. It's not sufficient to cover our costs. But thankfully, I heard about the Oregon, the Labor Fund, the Relief Fund of Oregon. We are all human beings and members of this community. Because of the difficulties of the pandemic, we all deserve a chance for help to survive. This year, I've not been able to buy clothing for my children or food for them. Other children, now the children are limited in their schooling just via the internet. And this is another expense. And sometimes the internet is very slow and our children are having difficulty attending their classes or doing their homework. But thankfully, our kids are trying hard and they are learning a lot. My daughter, who's in high school, is getting A's and B's. We're very proud and happy and proud of her. This program, the Oregon Labor Relief Fund, is very important. It benefits many people who don't have food to eat. At times, people who are living in fear of being arrested by the immigration authorities or separated from our families. please continue supporting this program because many people in Oregon need this help. And as God says, we need to love one another without judging on the basis of race or differences in culture. We are all human beings and we deserve the support. Thank you very much.
Thank you. This concludes our formal program today. I want to thank again all of our amazing speakers, our interpreters, and of course our technical supporters at Open Signal for supporting this event today. And I also want to thank our audience for tuning in. Happy International Migrants Day. So we will now conclude the formal program, and we will start our question and answer session with the media by continuing on Zoom, which will be moderated by Daniel, our Public Information Officer. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Andrea. Members of the media, I see that there are some questions here in the chat. I'm going to start with Annette from KXL, and we're going to unmute Annette so that she can ask her question to Ramon. Annette, please go ahead. Annette, you're on mute. Well, the good news is I have Annette's question, and her question for Ramon is, what are your thoughts on the Supreme Court dismissing a challenge to Trump's plan to exclude people living in the country illegally from the census count? Ramon, please.
Yeah, this is an important question. And so thank you so much for raising that, especially in the context of this conversation, because what we've seen from the White House has been a very blunt and direct attack against immigrant communities, which are especially immigrant communities of color. And I believe the lawsuit that is being referenced is the New York Immigration Coalition against v. Trump. And so I won't be able to speak to the details of that particular case. But what I do want to say to that question is that it goes to the same point. There is an attempt to further marginalize communities that are already marginalized. And doing that, I mean, not only does it create this sort of second-class citizenship that is just immorally wrong or morally wrong, but it goes against our collective prosperity. Our community is it's a fabric of everyone that is in the community. And when you start neglecting or ignoring or refusing to count, but because what it would do is folks would be, it's an intimidation tactic that people wouldn't fill out the census, and then we wouldn't count them and they wouldn't have those resources. And when you do that, it goes against our prosperity, our well-being collectively. As Congresswoman Bonamici mentioned, if anything, this pandemic has proven to us that our well-being is intrinsically linked to the well-being of our neighbors. And so it's important that we not be okay with these intimidation tactics and any other attempt to further marginalize our immigrant communities. Thank you. Thank you.
Would any of our elected officials from the state want to comment on this?
This is Suzanne. I'm happy to weigh in briefly. Thank you, Annette, for the question. I think one of the things we have to keep in mind, as Ramon was saying, is that there has been sort of an attack on and to disenfranchise and intimidate immigrants and people of color across the U.S. during this administration. And even though the court just decided this case this morning, I think they really punted on the question of whether undocumented people would be counted for purposes of representation, which is really critical. Over the history, I mean, everyone is counted for purposes of representation. So I haven't the opinion yet, but I don't think they decided that question. I think they said that it wasn't properly before the court, but I think that the takeaway from the challenge is that this administration has been trying to disenfranchise and intimidate people who are part of our communities, our undocumented communities and our immigrant communities, whether it be through threatening them to threatening their status to be in census and representation, and this horrible public charge rule that is really cause fear in the community. So I'm looking forward to the new administration, and hopefully this question won't again come before the court, because everyone should be counted for purposes of representation. That's the way it's been over time, and that's the way it should continue. So for the question in it.
Thank you, Congresswoman. Representative Salinas.
Thank you. So I just finished my term as co-chair of the Oregon Complete Count Committee, where we, the state, and invested in, for the first time, $7.5 million to get a complete count of all of our residents in Oregon, as the Constitution requires. And so, you know, we had this argument early on in the administration, and we came back. The courts, you know, the lower courts came back with the decision that yes, we need to count everyone. And so that was our effort. And we did an amazing job. It was the first time where we actually had community-based organizations throughout the state reaching out to our neighbors and our, you know, and folks in the community who were trusted allies to be able to come forward and say, yeah, I do live here, and, you know, I want to be counted. And so it's a very empowering thing in the first place. And to just erase that is really unacceptable. And that's what we're talking about here, I think, as Ramon alluded to. And we cannot be doing this. And our state is going to rely on that count for funding. I mean, we get billions of dollars in federal funding because of that count. And we are also expecting an additional, possibly congressional seat, depending on what happens with the final count and the numbers, which we still have not received. But yeah, it is all, we need to count everyone. That's kind of the bottom line.
Excellent, thank you. I'm seeing a question here in email, and the question is, what are the steps in 2021 that the state is going to be taking as it relates to supporting and uplifting immigrants and refugees in the new year?
Well, I'm happy to start that conversation. Last night, our third special session select committee had some conversations around this, and Governor Brown actually put a proposal forward, and I can drop it in the chat for those, especially in the media, around, I think it's an additional $45 million for the Oregon Worker Relief Fund. So I'm looking forward to continuing that conversation in the legislature. I hope it continues to be a bipartisan conversation. Yeah, and I hope we can add to the current fund, because as I said, what we have now isn't even half of what the need is. So yeah, and I'll drop that link into the chat.
Thank you. Another question that I received was, what was the City of Portland's role in the OWRF? Andrea Williams, would you like to tackle that one?
Yes, you asked what the City of Portland's role in Oregon Work Relief Fund was, or our bureau.
Why don't you answer it both ways?
Okay, so the city contributed a total of $2 million to the Oregon Worker Relief Fund, starting last year, and making a second investment through a city council unanimous vote this fall. So our role has really been to be one of the contributors to the fund, while also supporting our community partners at the Oregon Worker Relief Fund to advocate at the state level, but also to use our contribution to encourage other municipalities, other counties to also contribute to this fund. So that has largely been our role at the Office of Community and Civic Life. We have been the bureau to administrate the actual dollars. So it's one thing for the city council to pass it, it's another to actually administrate. So we partner with CAUSA as the fiscal sponsor in order to disperse those funds.
Thank you. Ramona, I think this question is for you. What can the community do to support OWRF today?
And so first and foremost, which is the most straightforward way of supporting it and is also very timely now that we're in the season of giving, is to donate, to contribute to the fund. From $5, $10, whatever folks have to offer, that goes a long way. And so if you go to workerrelief.org, that's the website for the fund, and there's an option to donate there. And I think there's also I think this is an important conversation that will need to continue, because I think that over the past few years, I think a lot of us in the community have been really paying attention to immigrant rights issues, which have been here for a long time. A lot of these issues are systemic and have been here for decades. But I think the difficult situation based on this attack from the White House has really put a spotlight on some of these inequalities, and the pandemic has deepened those inequalities. And so we're in a really, really tough place, but the benefit of it is that we're having these conversations, that we're looking for solutions. And so I think the other thing that I would ask of community members is to keep this conversation going. The transition in DC of the White House doesn't automatically solve really any of these problems. There's local changes that need to happen at the local level. There's changes that can happen at the state level. It's a big problem that will require decades of commitment, of hard work, to make sure that we can live in a community that is truly inclusive and doesn't marginalize any of our community members based on their ethnicity, color, race, religion, or immigration status. We can get there, but it's going to take a lot of work, and it won't be solved on January 20th.
Thank you, Ramon. Well, this is going to conclude our Q&A portion because it is 11 o'clock. Thank you everyone for participating. For the media, should you have additional follow-up for any of the speakers here, feel free to contact me and I can put you in contact with them and their people later this afternoon. This concludes our event. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much, everyone. Good to see you.
Thank you so much. Have a good Friday.
Yes, happy holidays. Thank you all.
Thank you. Bye.